First, I want to say art is not optional. It's always been here since the beginning. It has never gone away. It's not going away, okay? It isn't just a decorative hedge that grows in front of a market or in front of industry or philosophy. Art is a necessity, okay? It changes the world. It won't reduce the incidence of AIDS in sub-Saharan Africa, but it does change the world incrementally and or by osmosis, okay? So when you keep talking about the market, I want to say to my friends on the other side that almost there's a self-hating thing to your argument to me, because you are representatives of the market. And I have to remind you, first of all, 1% of 1% of 1% of 1% of artists actually make money. And even they barely do, and usually only for a very short time. So and look at their clothes are pretty good. And I'm not against, Mr. Feigen just sold a painting for $12 million. That's great, yesterday, and I think you deserve that. There's nothing wrong with that. But when we're standing here talking about, you know, secrecy and manipulation instead of sorcery or prestidigitation, or you're talking about you're upset because we're not regulated. I don't want us ever to be regulated. This is the art world, people. Am I yelling? If this were the art industry, that side would be right. But this is the art world, and a world is a place that has a vision, that has problems. The market is a place, obviously, that people exhibit junkie-like behavior. Millionaires try to enter art history by spending a lot of money. Sometimes the market's like a friendly Labrador that kind of slobbers all over you, and it's very annoying, but you can't somehow ignore it. I'm not denying that the market is a combination of hundreds of things, be it greed, luck, research, a great eye. And I do know one great art dealer in Germany, Johann Koning, with only one eye. And he can only see about 10% with that eye. And he is one of the best dealers in the world. Did I just argue against our side? This is the art world. It isn't the art industry. They are appealing, and I like them, you know, I see them everywhere, to the cynical side of your nature. I'm being honest with you. The part that goes, yeah, it's all a dirty deal, and everybody's bad. But let me tell you something. Everybody isn't bad. Most people, certainly, they're not, but that's a different. Art dealers, a lot of them are missing the same chromosome, you know, and it's very annoying. But they create worlds, and they pay the bills. They deal with artists. They deal with critics. They deal with collectors. They deal with plumbers. They do a lot. And if they don't sell 10 shows in a row, they will close. There shouldn't be regulation. There shouldn't. And you complain because anyone can enter? I'm going to be honest. I have no degrees at all. I am so lucky to be here, and I think about it all day, every day. That you know how I got in the art world? I went like this. I'm in the art world. And they said, what are you? And I went, I'll be a critic. And that's how I did what I'm doing. We all are making this up out of ourselves, just like you. To be perfectly honest, we're all learning on the job. Everybody's learning on the job all the time. Rules, you want to start the AEC? No. I mean, no offense, I love these people, but I hate these ideas. Sorry. We're not talking about ethics. The art world is ethical, it's not ethical. It's this, it's that. It doesn't compare. It's not a $15 billion bubble anywhere, for God's sake. It's not nuclear secrets that are being leaked. Yes, these guys do know how the secrets are done. And I love that they do, and I don't even hate them for it. I think, fine, that's part of it. That's part of their game. But we're not talking about ethics. We're talking about aesthetics. Aesthetics is the type of thinking and judgment that we use in the art world. And yes, Damien Hirst's skull cost $100 million. It was very publicly that he was one of the owners of it. Fine, whatever. But there's also the lifestyles of the poor and famous. Vito Acconci right now is standing around going, I still have no money. You know, Adrian Piper, I'm naming names you might not know. The point I guess I'm trying to make is the art world will work the way it works. It's time to rethink it. This is true, because a lot of the ideas they're talking about, and I don't say this about them, but seem very, very yesterday, in a time long, long ago. And we were very lucky to have this very temporary bubble where 1% of blah, blah, blah made money, and that's great. I want more artists to make more money so they don't have to have dark nights of the soul at their jobs for 40 hours. Now they are. And so are you, and so are they. We're going to have to worry a little bit more. But I think you just have to let the art world be what it is. The rethinking of it has to be, look at the huge white cubes that we now have. Look, that they may not be enhancing the journeys to art, but may have become content in themselves. The same way that the talk about the market hollows out art. It takes your eyes off the prize, the way Amy and Chuck were talking about, and you're stuck talking about a red herring, something that, to be perfectly honest, not one person in this room, not them, got into the art world to do. Each one of them is here because they love art. So, peace and love.